Thank you very much for joining us. We seem to be carrying a baggage of identity a lot. And we keep defining our identity. And I ask many people, who are you? And you will have an identity. I am Shekhar Kapoor. That's just a name. It's just a thought. And then say, who are you? And then you say, I am a filmmaker. That's another identity. It's just a thought. So for every thought that you have, you are defining your identity. And so you carry the baggage of multi-identity. Too many identities, too much. And we are overwhelmed with it. It's like this huge burden we carry. And for some time now, in this century, and just before that, we've been carrying the identity of ownership. We carry the identity of who we are is defined by, I have this large house, I have this nice car. But it's not just that you have this large house and that you have this nice car. That's kind of one way of identifying yourself. The other way of identifying yourself is, I don't have this. I don't have a large car. It's an identity of comparison. My house is not as big as that. Otherwise, if nobody had a bigger house than you, then your house would be fine. You'd be very lucky to have a roof. But no, somebody has a larger roof. So I identify myself with what I don't have. And that's where the negative idea of our identity seems to be affecting us most. Actually, if you look at the psychology of advertising and the psychology of marketing, unfortunately, that's what they have picked up about us as the nature that we have developed. And I'm saying that it's a nature we have developed. It is not our natural behavior pattern. It's a behavior pattern that we have acquired over time. The issue lies with our education system, which the education system is constantly teaching us to be competitive. So what does competitive mean? We say competitiveness means it drives you to do things. But competitiveness also means it makes you feel, it takes away self-worth from you because you're comparing to what others are doing. You don't know what they're thinking. You're just being defined by, I am achieving this, but somebody else has achieved more. That's what competitiveness then becomes. So somebody else who's achieved more has driven you to a point of the lack of self-worth. And how do you identify with something that is so negative as somebody is doing better than I am? Then who are you? You are just that one person who somebody is doing better than. Who are you internally is a constant question that drives us. And that's become the issue. That's made us this acquisitive behavior patterns. And once again, I go back to the point. That's us because we have lost our essential, inherent, meditative existence. We've lost that. We've lost the ability to wander. We've lost the ability to walk. Even I go to a park today, I see people walking with the little things around and constantly looking at how many steps have I walked, and say, why are you counting the number of steps you're walking? What you've done is essentially allowed your lack of self-worth in a way because somebody else can do more steps than you. Therefore, you're constantly seeing how many steps that I can walk. We took away the meditative aspect, the joy of walking, by walking according to a little thing on your wristband, because somebody has said it's better for your health. There's a constant influx of education, marketing, everything taking charge of man's essential loss of human beings' meditative nature. And that's why we are like this. And to elaborate on the power of thought, let's go to somebody who talks lucidly, who has taught so many people the idea of how thought and the power of thought can change their lives. Sister Shivani.
Om Shanti. One thing is we always need to remember the equation Sankalp se Srishti hai. Our thoughts create our world. epidemic was a health situation. It's a physical health situation. But just when it happened, which means let's go to February, March, we created fear and anxiety here. Yes, there was a situation, but what we said was fear and anxiety is normal. Can you imagine all over the globe creating fear and anxiety together? We've all created fear and anxiety, but we created it in parts, sometimes in my life, sometimes in your life, sometimes in a city, sometimes in a country, but all over the globe. So everybody said it's a global situation, but what we didn't realize is global emotion. Globally, we were all creating the same emotion of fear and anxiety. What would this have done to the vibration of the planet? That is very important. What is the collective consciousness of the planet in 2020? Millions of minds creating a low energy vibration. So the collective consciousness of the planet is actually all the minds on the planet put together. So just put 7 billion minds together, all of them, whatever vibration we create is the vibration of the planet. We've not created the right vibration this year. The planet needed healing energy. There was disease on the planet. The planet needed healing energy. We lowered the vibration of the planet. Not that it was very high even in 2019, because we're living our life saying stress is normal, fear is normal, anger is normal, comparison, competition, jealousy, all uncomfortable emotions normal. So 2019 also, we were not at the highest vibration. But here came the pandemic and we lowered the vibration of the planet. So yes, there's uncertainty outside, but in which direction to take it now is here. Don't say that, oh, when the situation will be perfect, then I will be happy. No, let us all start meditating. Let us all start using high vibration vocabulary. Let us all restrict the content that we consume. Let us consume positivity, create positivity, pray, meditate, create affirmations, radiate healing energy to the planet. We are the creators of our destiny. We are the creators of our world. Sankalp se Srishti. Don't wait for the Srishti to change. Change your Sankalp. The Srishti is only a manifestation of our Sankalp. So we may not have control outside, but we have complete control here. So let's begin the new year with meditation, with sattvikta, with purity, with positivity, lust, anger, greed, ego, jealousy. This needs to finish. We have to finish it here. Only then we can change the world. So it's completely in our hands. So there's no uncertainty. There's a lot of certainty here. Then we will be able to create certainty on the planet. At every point of time, there are three factors which affect our way of thinking. Our thoughts, because our thoughts create our destiny. So thoughts create feelings, repeated feelings create attitude, attitude comes out into action, repeated actions become habits, habits create our overall personality, and personality is coming into the world, and as per our karma, so is our destiny. So it's very important to know the source of our thoughts, because thoughts creates destiny. There are three factors that affect our thoughts. One is information. So that's why content plays a very important role in the quality of our thoughts. Second is belief systems, which means what do I think about life, my belief about the world, my belief about myself, about people. And third is past experiences. So past experiences influences our way of thinking, and our thinking creates our destiny. So if I continue to live my life through my past experiences, I might repeatedly be creating the same experience in the present. Let's say it's a past experience about myself. I attempted something, I did not do well. Now I store that as a past experience. And every time I plan to attempt, I'm living through my past experience. And my thought would be, what if this time also? I hope I succeed this time. Last time I was not able to do it. So this becomes my thought pattern. And if this is my thought, it will influence my feelings, my attitude, come out into personality, and affect my destiny. So that's why it's very, very important to check what we have here, because this is going to change our destiny. And so past experiences we can change them. We cannot change the past, but we can change what I had thought about the past and recorded here on the soul. Whether it's past about me, whether it's a past experience with people, whether it's a past experience about the world. It's only a recording here because the scene is already over. What is recorded here is my perception about that scene. And if I do not change the recording, then my thoughts continue to be the same and my destiny will get influenced by that. Now just let's visualize someone didn't behave the right way with me this morning. So it could be at work, it could be at home. This is their behavior. Let's detach right now from the scene and check exactly what happened this morning. This is their behavior. What gets recorded here is my inner conversation. I have an option as to what I could have created here when they did not behave right. One, I can create a thought, they disrespected me. I can create a thought, they insulted me. I can create a thought, they deliberately do this to hurt me. I can create a thought, they were just not in the right mood today. I can create a thought, this is their sanskar, this is their personality. They are emotionally not perfect right now. These are all the options that I have as to how I am going to think in response to their behavior. I can create a thought, God's love and blessings, my good wishes, all for them. I'm sure they're going to be perfect very soon. Different thoughts in response to one behavior from there. Whatever I think is what is going to get recorded. This is very, very important. Their behavior doesn't get recorded on the soul. And that's why people's behavior does not influence my destiny. Their behavior does not get recorded here. How I think about their behavior gets recorded here. How they behave will get recorded on them. How they behave will get recorded on them, on that soul. How I respond will get recorded on me. Now, what I record here stays with me. It can stay with me forever. We will carry it with us into a next lifetime. The soul, when we leave the body, we leave everything behind. We even leave those people behind. But the only thing we carry with us is what we recorded about them. So if I created an emotional wound and I do not heal it in this lifetime, then I carry that wound with me. So the soul carries all the recordings, and then that becomes a part of my personality, even in my next birth. So if I recorded, they insulted me, they disrespected me, this becomes like a background music in my mind. Now if somebody says something to me, again my mind says, they also insulted me. And now I carry this wound into the next lifetime, and you will have a 2-year-old, 3-year-old child say, Mummy, do you know what? They insulted me. And the mummy is going to say, who teaches my kid all this? The kid already learnt it last time. They recorded that song on this CD here, and the song will start playing even when they're just 3 or 4 years old. So it's very, 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 very important to change any uncomfortable recordings that are there on the soul. The other person might not change. What they're doing might not change. But what I record here is my choice, and that is what creates my destiny. Nobody else creates my destiny. My perception about them becomes my recording, and that is what creates my destiny.
My heartfelt thanks to very dear sister Shivani and dear brother Sekhirji. A very happy and heartful New Year to you all. May it be a blessed one. Just now you all heard Sister Shivani ji beautifully explaining the importance of removal of unwanted recordings and impressions. In common parlor in psychology, it is called cognates, or behavioral seeds that lies buried in our subconsciousness. In Hindu approach, we call them as samskaras. They remain buried in our consciousness, surrounded around the soul, and which is carried on life after life. as seeds. And when the right environment is provided to those seeds, karmaphalas, they sprout. They manifest as bhoga. Logically, if we go through these bhogas one by one, we should be able to get rid of all these bhogas and samskaras, and we become free from all these seeds that give rise to a future. That means absence of all these samskaras should have led us to absolute liberation. But going through all this bhoga has not served its purpose. In fact, while going through this bhoga, it has created more and more seeds for future. Sister Sivaniji also emphasized the importance of power of our thoughts. Not just ordinary thoughts, but thoughts made in such a way that they become sankalpa. We use the power of sankalpa, meaning thought, a fixed thought with a goal that yes, I would like to remove complexities and impurities that has built up over time in my system. Now, when we remove these complexities and when we remove the impurities, what becomes of it? When complexities are dissolving, we become simpler. When impurities are leaving, we become quite purer. Simply put, this entire process of removing complexities and impurities that we have accumulated eons of time and that we continue to accumulate day after day, we call it cleaning. We discussed about it yesterday. Today we'll go in more depth and especially emphasizing on the aspects of how to. We do understand the importance of the baggage we carry, but how to get rid of this baggage of samskaras, the insults people have made to us, sarcasm, irritations, so-called joy, so-called romance of the past. It haunts you. How to get rid of it? We have something called memory. There are two aspects to this memory. One is cognitive memory, second is emotional memory. Cognitive memory has a function to play, that I need not forget certain things. It protects me as a human being. For example, an experience of a fire, experience of putting my fingers into electric socket. These memories will prevent me from doing wrong things again. It gives me life protection. But emotional memory that we carry, that becomes samskaras, that really becomes the burden. And in our cognitive mind, it remains buried. These cognitive and emotional memories, they go together. Haven't we seen time after time in our lives, we say, oh, I can forgive this person, but I can never forget. So forgiving is all about making sankalpa and let go of that baggage masterfully and be lighter to your heart. And this lightness that is reflected in your heart due to absence of these samskars will free us from these bondages we call liberation. There are a few steps to the cleaning process. So in the beginning, it is best to practice them in the following sequence. Just as we sit in a comfortable posture during meditation, we sit the similar way. Sit in the most comfortable position with the intention to remove all the impressions accumulated during the day. Close your eyes and relax. Imagine all the complexities and impurities are leaving your entire system. What do you imagine? Imagine that complexities and impurities are leaving my entire system. And in the background, I have this idea that as they're going, I'm becoming simpler and purer. Let them flow out from the back, imagining they're going from top of my head till the tailbone, the entire area covered. So we have made the sankalpa of removal of these samskaras or complexities and impurities from the backside. Now we have to imagine how they are going away. Third step is to think how they are going away. We imagine that they are going away in the form of smoke or vapor. Remain alert during the entire process like a soldier on the border, without brooding over the thoughts and feelings that arise or the impressions that you want to get rid of. If you revisit those impressions or samskars or the insults that we talk about, it will only become deeper. More you think about it, more deeper it becomes. So try to remain simply a witness to your thoughts. Gently accelerate this process of removal of samskara, which is going out from the backside in the form of smoke. Accelerate this process. If your attention drifts here and there, gently bring your focus back to cleaning, that yes, I am seated here to complete this process of cleaning. As the impressions are leaving from your back, you will start to feel lighter. Continue this process for up to about 20 to 25 minutes. When you feel lighter inside within you, you can start the second part of this cleaning process, which is also very crucial. Because when you remove something, you are creating vacuum. How are you intending to fill this vacuum, which is arising as a result of removal of these complexities and impurities? So we make another sankalpa that currents or the flow of purity from the flow of purity from divine source is descending and entering my entire system from the front. It does two things. It helps me get rid of these impressions. At the same time, it fills up that vacuum. It charges me. And this divine charge that is established because of this current is so beautiful that you feel as if you have become pure temple of God. Now your system, your heart is ready for God to occupy. See, you become so pure inside. You have now returned to a balanced state. Every particle of your body then would emanate that lightness, purity, and simplicity. To finish this at the end of 20-25 minutes with a firm conviction, with a firm sankalp again, that the cleaning has been completed effectively. As I say, we usually do this process in the evening. Having come back from work, we reach home, freshen up, sit in a corner, and do this process. We can also do this particular cleaning process for a few minutes in case of emergencies. When we have, suppose, an argument with someone, or you saw some movie, and that has left you with some tremendous emotional impact, you can sit comfortably for a few minutes, maybe 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and try to remove those impressions which are trying to settle on your mind. Before they reach and settle in your subconscious, remove from your conscious mind. This is what we call emergency cleaning. So besides this evening cleaning that generally removes day-to-day impressions we gather, likewise we can do emergency cleaning for a few minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Or there's another very special way of cleaning which is done through heartfulness trainers, which is done once a week. I recommend that you hook on to or log into our app and take 1 or 2 sessions every week. Also, group satsang plays out a great role in getting rid of the old impressions. The company we keep also influence these seeds. Whether some seeds remain buried and remain live, or some seeds remain inert and dies out over a period of time, it depends on the company we keep, satsangs we have with. During daytime, when you are trying to do this emergency cleaning for 2 to 3 minutes, you may not have a private space to adopt this cleaning, so you can go ahead with your open eyes too. Try it and see what happens. Such processes of cleaning will lead us to positive changes to our responses to the situations. Our attitude will change. This process works in tandem with heartfulness meditation to help us deal with situations that may arise in life in the best possible way. Please do try this and judge for yourself. So this was about cleaning process. Now let's return to meditation. An introduction to this heartfulness practice usually takes 3 meditation sessions. When we complete these 3 meditation sessions with a trainer especially, many things happen. One of them is that the heart becomes purer. Second, you become fit vessel to receive this pranahuti we talked about, yogic transmission. Third thing that happens is that you become enabled. You are enabled to use the sankalpa so that you can masterfully complete your evening cleaning process. Fourth, that happens is we are easily able to connect with our source. We'll talk about that tomorrow, how this connection happens.
Now let's all get a collective experience of heartfulness meditation conducted by Daji.
Now, you will be guided through a process of relaxation and meditation. During the meditation, please be open to receiving pranahuti, which is a transmission from the source of all existence. This transmission can rejuvenate every cell in your body. Sit comfortably and close your eyes very slowly and very gently. Let's begin with the toes. Wiggle your toes. Now, feel them relax. Feel healing energy from the earth move up into your feet and ankles. Then up to your knees, relaxing your lower legs. Now feel the healing energy move up your legs, relaxing them. Relax your thighs. Now deeply relax your hips, stomach, and waist. Relax your back. From the top to the bottom, your entire back is relaxed. Relax your chest and shoulders. Feel your shoulders simply melting away. Relax your upper arms. Relax each muscle in your forearms. Relax your hands, right up to your fingertips. Now relax your neck muscles. Move your awareness up to your face. Relax your jaw, mouth, nose, eyes, earlobes, facial muscles, forehead, all the way to the top of your head. Feel that your whole body is completely relaxed. Scan your system from top to toe, and if there's any part of your body that is still tense, painful, or unwell, spend some more time immersing it in the healing energy of the earth. When you are ready, move your attention to your heart. Rest there for a little while. Feel immersed in the love and light in your heart. Remain still and quiet, and slowly become absorbed in yourself. Now, keeping your eyes closed, gently ease out of meditation.
Thank you once again so much for joining us. Do join us tomorrow where we'll be speaking about connecting to the inner self.